Was your dad the dad you wanted for your kids? It sounds like a simple question, but for many people, it brings very complicated feelings. Maybe your father loved you, but he didn't know how to show it. Maybe he worked hard and provided for the family, but he wasn't emotionally present. Maybe you respected him, feared him, missed him, or spent years trying to earn his approval. When you become a parent, you often begin to see your own childhood differently. You suddenly notice what you received and what you didn't. When your child cries, you may remember being told to stop crying. When your child makes a mistake, you may hear your father's words coming out of your own mouth. When your child needs comfort, you may realize that nobody ever taught you how to give it because nobody ever gave it to you. This doesn't necessarily mean your father was a bad person. Many fathers raise their children with the emotional tools they had themselves. They may have believed that being strong means hiding emotions, that discipline requires fear, and that providing money was the only way how a man could show his love. Understanding this can bring compassion, but compassion doesn't mean pretending that nothing hurt you. You can understand why your father behaved the way he did and still acknowledge what was missing. You can love him and still decide to parent completely differently. The difficult part is that we often repeat what feels familiar, even when we promised ourselves we would never do this. Under stress, we don't automatically become the parent we want to be. We often become the parent we experienced. You may suddenly hear your father's tone in your voice. You may become distant when emotions feel uncomfortable. You may expect obedience instead of connection. And then comes the guilt. I am becoming exactly like my dad. But noticing the pattern doesn't mean you have failed. It means you finally have the chance to change it. Awareness creates a small space between what happened to you and how you respond to your child. And inside that space, you can make a different choice. Breaking a generational cycle doesn't require perfect parenting. It begins with small, conscious moments. Pause before you act, listening instead of immediately correcting, saying, I was wrong, apologizing when you hurt your child, letting your child cry without shaming them, making sure they know that your love is not something they have to earn. These moments may look small, but they create completely different childhood. Perhaps your father never apologized to you. You can apologize to your children. Perhaps he never said, I'm proud of you. You can say it. And perhaps he never asked how you felt. You can ask your kids and truly listen. You are teaching your children that strength can include tenderness, that authority doesn't require fear, mistakes don't threaten love. You cannot change the father you had, but you can decide what kind of parent your children will remember. And sometimes this is how we heal, not by rewriting your own childhood, but creating something different for the next generation. Ask yourself honestly, was your dad the dad you would want for your kids? And if the answer is no, don't let that question end in blame. Let it become a beginning.